Both Kilkenny and Tipperary took the hard roads to the final, Kilkenny beating Wexford in the Leinster final, and Tip, the team of the veterans, turning the tables, as the paper says, and beating Clare in the Munster final down at Limerick. Were Tipperary back to their former greatness? That's the question that 64,000 odd people were asking when they were on their way to Croke Park on that particular Sunday. And here at Croke Park, the end of the road for these two finalists, it's very quiet in early morning. The dugouts where the substitutes will be sitting later on, silent and deserted now, but not for too long. And so also the goal into which many of the scorers went in that exciting game, well, it's deserted. But downtown, things are beginning to hot up, and they're buying their colours, they're buying their hats, they're buying their flags. O'Connell Street, a colourful sight indeed, the black and amber of Kilkenny, the blue and gold of Tipperary. And here's a young man who doesn't seem to know which side he's going to favour. Well, let's hope he picks the winning one anyway. With a nice, colourful picture of the last clash between these teams in 1964 when Tipperary won. The curtain raiser, the minor final, saw at half-time Cork ahead against Wexford by 10 points. Although they'd had a breeze in the first half, they still did well in the second half against a spirited Wexford attack, although the Wexford men, of course, beat Cork in the final last year. So it was Cork's turn to avenge this defeat in 1967, and the boy running onto the ball now is, in fact, a nephew of the famous Christy Ring of Cork. And although poor Pat Ring gets a little knock there, he did go on to play a fine game for the Cork boys and played a very big part in their eventual victory. The Wexford goalkeeper, Paddy Cox, pucking out, and there's Pat Ring again, trying to get his way through, sending in a dangerous ball, dropping into the goal mouth, and the goalkeeper glad to send it out, and it's gone over the line for a 70. This is the sort of pressure that Cork were putting on all the time, and the sort of pressure that paid off in the end. Centre half-back for Cork there, Brian Tobin. Brian, fair-haired lad, having a good game, but the final score left Cork the winners by 2-15 to Wexford's 5-3. A 3-point win, and the captain of the Cork team, Pat Moylan, receiving the cup from An Taoiseach Jack Lynch, himself a holder of 6 All-Ireland medals. Cork boys jubilant. For the senior game, Uachtaráin Hearn and Eamon de Valera arrives, escorted by the president of the GAA, Mr. Seamus Ryan, and greeted by An Taoiseach, Mr. Jack Lynch. And then all the colour and excitement of Croke Park on final day explodes out on the field for the parade of the teams, led by the Artane Boys Band. Kilkenny team in their vertical stripes of black and amber, led by their captain Jim Tracy from Bennett's Bridge. Tom Walsh, Pat Henderson, Ollie Walsh, Seamus Clare, and they're the Tipperary men. Their captain is Mick Roach from Carrick-on-Suir. And now the playing of Aaron Naveen, Ireland's national anthem. And in goes the ball, and they're away with Theo English there trying to get it, and Mick Roach sending it along the left wing for the Tipperary men. Blocked down and sent out a little bit there by Seamus Clare, helped out by Ted Carroll, but Tipperary still attacking. Ball going in towards the goal and out wide. A nice sideline cut there by Len Gaynor to send Tipperary attacking again. A shot by John Flanagan, blocked down, and out comes Ollie Walsh and clears it. Ollie in the goal for Kilkenny, showing that he's going to have a good game today. Mick Roach again tussling in the centre of the field for Tipperary, and the ball cleared down for Kilkenny, down into the Tipperary half, sent back in again. Whistle goes, and a free for the Tipperary men taken by Mick Roach, but this one drops a little to the right and drops wide. No score yet, the crowd just beginning to settle down, but it's a goal now for Kilkenny as Paddy Morden sends in a long one that deceives goalkeeper John O'Donoghue, and the Kilkenny men are in the game. The score at this stage, 1-1 to no score. Tipperary are in trouble as John O'Donoghue pucks out for Tipperary away into the Kilkenny half. He's got quite a breeze behind him. Donny Nealon pulling away on the ball, not being helped at all by Martin Coogan, who's pulling in the opposite direction, of course, for Kilkenny. In goes the ball, and as we said, it's not by any means certain yet who's going to win this game. Mick Roach, the captain of the Tipperary team, taking a free from about 70 yards out, and it's over the bar. The first score of the game for Tipperary, and they're on the way to that 22nd title, or are they? One goal in it, and another free for Tipperary, taken by Mick Roach, drops down in the goal mouth, cleared out. Ollie Walsh waiting for it there, and out comes Ollie and clears it. Ollie playing a great game, despite having 7 stitches inserted in his arm only about an hour before the game. One of the heroes of Kilkenny today. A line ball. Len Gaynor takes it for Tipperary. Lockdown is sent back by Eddie Kerr. And claws done now for Kilkenny, trying to break through, which he does. 50 yards out, sends in a long ball, which has just gone out to the left and has gone wide. Free here for the Tipperary men. Drops in toward the goal mouth. Blocked down. Out comes Ollie Walsh again. That man is between the posts and will let nothing through. Ollie from Thomastown having the game of his life despite that injury for the Kilkenny team. Yes, it's worrying, isn't it? Jimmy Doyle takes a free. It's blocked down. In comes Tony Nealon and the ball is in the net. It's a goal for Tipperary. The score, 2 goals and 3 points for Tipperary, 1 goal and 1 point now for Kilkenny, and Tipperary with the breeze behind them are certainly going ahead very well about halfway through this first half. Eddie Kerr takes a free for Kilkenny, and untypical of Eddie Kerr, he sends it wide. John O'Donoghue from Ardavale Rovers pucking out from the goal for Tipperary. They're attacking again. Seamus Clear flicks this ball out. Paddy Morgan gets it on a bit further for Kilkenny. Up towards Jim Bennett. Jim into Tom Walsh. Kilkenny trying to set up an attack. It's broken up there by Kieran Carey, helped by John Doyle. Flicked over to the far side again, going after his Claus Dunn. Claus with the ball now for Kilkenny. Turns and sends in a nice high ball which is dropping down, and the crowd watching this very intently as there's another free here for Tipperary. Jimmy Doyle taking it, and Jimmy Doyle sending it predictably over the bar. (2-4 to 1-2). Double scores in favour of Tipperary as the first half moves on, and many people are wondering, will this lead be enough? Paddy Morgan cuts in the ball from the sideline for Kilkenny. The whistle is gone and it's a free taken by Tom Walsh for Kilkenny, and Tom sends it over the bar to keep them in the game. This breeze blowing very hard into their faces. They'll have it in the second half. It is half-time, 2-6 to 1-3, and the Artane Boys band entertain the crowd with their tributes to Kilkenny and to Tipperary. Over on the sideline, the Hurleys are there quiet and silent just for a few moments. John Doyle's Hurley at the bottom there. John looking for his 9th All-Ireland medal. Out they come again, led by Mick Roach. The Tipperary men taking the field, watched by Jimmy Doyle's father, Jerry Doyle. Theo English, number 8, Mick Roach, number 9. 30 minutes away from glory for somebody as Ollie Walsh pucks out for Kilkenny in the second half. And Kilkenny, it's up to them now. They're 6 points behind. They've got the breeze behind them. And they must win to take their 16th title. Eddie Kerr sending the ball down into the corner. Kieran Carey there and John Doyle there trying to get it up onto a stick. He can't manage it. Ball sent across the goal and cleared out there by Noel O'Gorman for Tipperary, who are by no means giving in at this stage. It's stalemate still in this match. It's still anybody's game. And now a free for Kilkenny. Tom Walsh taking it. He mishits it. Blocks it down. Martin Brennan's there, and the ball is in the net, and it's a goal for Kilkenny. It's a goal for Kilkenny, and this is the one that makes a great deal of difference. 2-6 to 2-3 now. Only 1 goal in it, and Kilkenny are on the way back. And another point by Tom Walsh brings them to within 2 points of Tipperary. Kilkenny still attacking. This breeds a great advantage, but goalkeeper John O'Donoghue for Tipperary coming out making a courageous clearance, well away from his own goalpost, but he gets the ball out. And it's added to there, but blocked down, and it's Kilkenny trying to get attacking again as Claus Dunn tussles away there with Mick Burns, and it's Eddie Kerr with the ball, turning, and a beautiful point from Eddie Kerr for Kilkenny. Only 1 point in it. Shortly afterwards, Claus Dunn level it up. Then Tom Walsh running onto a loose ball, as you see here now, hits it and it's in the net, and Kilkenny are well ahead, 3-6 to 2-6. And only 12 minutes gone in the second half. Kilkenny have turned the tables, and Croke Park really erupts. Ollie Walsh pucking out again. Long pucks with the breeze for Ollie today. The ball cleared out there for Tipperary by Tony Wall. But Kilkenny attacking again. Paddy Moran sending one over towards the right corner, but nobody going to reach this one, and it has gone wide. 3-7-2-6 in favour of Kilkenny. They're still attacking. Dick Blanchfield takes a nice shot and sends it over the bar. 3-8 to 2-6. And the Kilkenny men 5 points ahead. Jimmy Doyle scores the last score in the game for Tipperary, a point, and it's 3-8 to 2-7 as time is nearly up. 45 years since Kilkenny beat Tipperary in an All-Ireland final, and here it is, the final whistle, and Kilkenny are the winners, their 16th All-Ireland title, and the crowd, of course, very happy with themselves if they're Kilkenny supporters, maybe not so happy if they're from Tipperary. But a fine game, an exciting game, and here come the victorious Kilkenny team to take their well-deserved trophy, the Liam McCarthy Cup. The cup now in the hands of Captain Jim Tracy, and Jim, the happiest man in Kilkenny, are out of it at this very moment. Ollie Walsh, one of the heroes of the game, with a bandage on his arm, and away goes the captain Jim Tracy with the cup on his way back to the north.